Hi, it's Friday evening. Let's do a bit more scribbling before I go home for a swim and a bite to eat. When I see somebody in the clinic, I'm assessing their face in terms of different parts of it. I'm also considering the neck and I'm looking at their hands. And my goal is to achieve harmony between all the different parts. We'll take photos and then I'll divide the photos into thirds. I want to see which is the most favourable part of their face, which is the middle part, and which is the least favourable. And my goal is to look at the least favourable and say, okay, how can I improve that and bring that up to the standard of the other areas so that everything looks better and matches. What I don't want to do is to take the most favourable part. And for me, that's my mid-face because I have some nice natural fat and I've had some filler over the years in my cheeks. And I don't want to make that even fuller because then the discrepancy will look even more obvious. So if I look at my 60-year-old face, I have proportions that are not ideal from a beauty point of view, but they are what they are. And my priorities, my medical health, and these are bonus treatments. I do have a high forehead. Would I consider forehead lowering surgery? No, not something that would interest me. What I will have next week with a colleague is I'll have some toxin. But if I look at my forehead here, it's appropriate for a 60-year-old face. To me, that's not doing too badly. Yes, my brows are asymmetrical, and when I have my botulinum toxin treatment, we will tweak the doses so that I get some lift of my right brow and that I don't lift my left brow too much. My mid-face is good because I have got some nice volume there. And then if I look at my lower face, that's where I'm beginning to get more sagging. All age appropriate and all fine. But my goal when I have some treatment next week is to look at lifting up the lower face to make that match the other areas better. And I'm doing the same with every patient I see, trying to devise a plan that's not going to make their good features better and increase the discrepancy between the areas. I want to look at the least favourable part and bring that up to the standard of the other parts. And we have a number of different treatment options to do that. But each time I'm always trying to figure the best treatment. I'll often see people and they've had toxin over the years. That's very smooth. They might have had some filler. And then where's the part of the face that's going to be most neglected? It tends to be the lower face and it also tends to be the neck plus the hands. Now it's a question of prioritizing. Generally, for most people, it's looking at their skin quality, tweaking their skin care, maybe thinking of some toxin if appropriate, and then maybe looking at some subtle fillers and collagen stimulators, and then maybe some devices to help clear the skin. I'm going to have some treatment next week and I'll show you the details. Have a lovely weekend. Take care. Bye.